Okay, quick mic check. Hi, Des. Good to see you. Um, okay, 1 second. I still need to double check YouTube microphone. Okay, it's working. Oh, my face cam is all screwed up. Just a second. Face cam. Okay, there we go. Mm. Alrighty. So I'm going to be working on finishing up this painting today. I want to work on that little painting I started on the black plastic, but I can't yet. I need to wait for it to dry completely before I can get back to it. So I don't know if it's the plastic or if it's the my tape. Like I don't know where the blame lies, but it fell off the board it was taped to. So I can't and the only way to put it back on the board properly is to basically you have to push it into the, push it in. I'm just waiting for it to dry. So that one's gonna just sit on the sidelines until it dries for now. Should be dry soon. Yeah. I had to be a cat. No, no. It was either the tape, or it's the plastic that like doesn't yeah. It's not Dresden's fault. He does a lot of stupid stuff, but not that. And I bought some new tape. We'll see. I know the most exciting thing in the world, tape, but art tape is very finicky. So getting the right kind and everything is, we'll see. So this is a new one I'm going to try out for the first time. I think this might be a little bit too low tack for me, unfortunately. Oh well. Yeah, you want for art, uh, generally like you want low tack and you want what's it called? Neutral pH, but it kind of depends on what you're working with. If you're working with watercolors and stuff like that, you probably want a lot lower tack versus like other things. Just kind of depends. I have some tape that I bought. I know tape, really boring, but I have this tape that's like drafting tape, and this stuff is great when you want to put down some tape to like paint over real quick and then lift it off. But if you want this to stick, it will not. And this stuff like comes off so fast. Like even on its just left on its own, it will peel off. It is like the worst uh tape. But whatever. Like I said. All right. And this board keeps trying to curl up on itself, so I'm just putting down um some extra tape right now to try and prevent that. Once it's dry and everything's done with, I might put some gesso on the back of it uh to help it curl back the other way. I should have done that from the beginning, but clearly I didn't. So, oh well. I'm just gonna get my palette out. I was actually good and put my palette away when I wasn't using it. So fingers crossed most of the paint is wet still. Let's see. Ooh, that's fresh enough to use. Cool. I also put my brushes away. I did all the things I was supposed to. I was responsible. All right, I'm just cleaning my brush because uh, even though I was responsible and put my brushes away, I was not that responsible, and I did not prepare for the stream enough, and I did not have my brushes ready. Just doing that right now. How have you been, Des? I know we talked on Discord, so it feels a little weird to be like, "How you doing?" But just in general, like, not you don't have to get into specifics because I'm really happy to hear about your project and all that stuff that's happening with it. But yeah, just I don't know. Hope you're having a good day. I am going to oil out because most of this is dry. It says, in general, I don't want to whine, but I pinched my sciatic about 5 days ago. I can't sit in my PC chair. I could barely walk for 3 days. I'm better now, but it's hard to sit in pain. Oh, that's rough. I'm sorry to hear that. Um, yeah. There's not, I don't really have much more to add to that, unfortunately. I don't have, if I did, I'd let you know, but currently I do not have any magic fixes or solutions for a problem like that. It's more just like, oh, that sucks. I hope you feel better soon. Um, you know, it's tough. All the injuries and stuff like that. It's really, really tough to deal with. I feel like some people, until they experience something like that, they don't understand, what it's like and how easily it can just happen to anybody, you know. So, yeah. It takes rest and a few exercises and anti-inflammatories. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. Also, depending on what the problem is, muscle relaxers can also help too. Specifically, like, you know, um, at least for me. But generally speaking, people just don't want to be told, well, if you did your physical therapy, like, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Physical therapy helps. Yeah. Des says I feel horrible on muscle relaxers. Okay. Well, you see, everyone's a little different. So, I I will never be able to be addicted to opiates because when I take like anything for pain, like when I had surgery years ago, minor surgery, they put me on like hydrocodone or something like that. Oh my God, that made me feel horrible. I preferred being in pain than the feeling the effects of the medication. So, yeah, everyone's different. Alrighty. Des says otherwise that meeting I had today made me feel much better, less stressed. Yeah, that's great. The work they do in reproduction, the art is beautiful work. Oh, that's fantastic. Des met with a some people who do art reproduction for the project uh she's working on. And yeah, it sounds like everything's moving along really well. I'm really glad to hear that. I still haven't heard back from the charity about my painting, the landscape that I did. I'm starting to get a little annoyed that I haven't heard back from them. I'll be giving them a call tomorrow. I was planning on calling today, but I got overwhelmed and busy with a bunch of things. So, yeah. Hey, Lost Pixel. Good to see you, man. How you doing? Doing okay? Busy week? Yeah. I hope good busy. Busy can be such a double-edged thing. Hopefully it's a good busy. Lost Pixel says a little bit of both. Fair enough. Oh my. I'm all right. It's been a weird week. Had to do a lot of things I'm not a fan of. Just like been trying to sign up for health insurance because my insurance is through work. I'm not going to be at work anymore currently, for a while at least. So just dealing with all of that. Uh, you know, all those fun things, none of which are fun, right? But yeah. But other than that, that those are like the negatives. But I've had some. This is my last week currently at work, and I really do enjoy my work. So I'm enjoying that. You know, um, I work with a lot of really great people, and I'm enjoying that aspect of things. And then I'm trying to prepare for, when I not at work and looking for other projects to be a part of and so on. And my class just ended. That went well, I think. Actually yeah, need to contact the students about that. But yeah, overall, I think it went pretty well. So right now with his hair, I'm trying to put in all the like highlights and stuff, but at the same time, I don't want him I don't want him to look blonde, but I also don't want his hair to look like it's the same color as his skin, so it's very challenging. Lost Pixel says, work let me build a robot from defective parts during my lunch breaks after finishing that huge honkin' one we just finished the other week. That's awesome. It waves at you when you walk into the warehouse, but sometimes it waves at ghosts. Defective parts. Yeah, yeah. That's funny. Out of curiosity, were the parts that for the robot that you originally built, just, I don't want you to get in trouble or anything like that, but like, you're not building like Iron Man murder suits, right? Just out of curiosity. No, no, definitely not, right? Yeah, of course not. Yeah. Lost Pixel says, "Oh, well, it's a robot to move parts and do something to said parts." Nah, I get it. I totally understand. Most robotic stuff, I get that. Like, I know a lot of it's just like, it's I know it can be like very simple tasks, or simple is not the right word for it, but like not what we think about like in, comic book related stuff, I guess is the way I would phrase that. I just realized my camera is a little off place. Let me move that down. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Last person says it's precise things that need to be performed on heavy things. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I get it. I get it. Oh, don't worry. You don't, please don't say anymore. I don't really need more. I was just joking around. I think it's really interesting, like, what's it called? If you watch a show, like, How It's Made, like I think it's called How It's Made, or like How Things Are Made, or something like that. And it shows the manufacturing process of things. Uh, all the machines that are part of the manufacturing process all have to be designed and made and all that stuff. And, even though sometimes it can be like they do a single action, it's still really interesting, uh, how people have come up with all of those things. Last Pixel says, well, I just mean I didn't give any real info about it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, obviously. And he says, but the show is what got me interested in this stuff. Oh, yeah. See? That's cool. There was an episode, where they went to the Peeps factory, and, where they make the Peeps marshmallow things. For anyone who's not in America, they're these marshmallow, candy things that they sell a lot of, especially in, what's it called? Uh, Easter, because they're 3D shaped. Um, they're and oh my God, they keep that machine super like under lockdown. Even on the show, like How Is It Made or whatever, they would not even show what the machine looks like. It is like under a huge tarp, and it basically, you see the stuff go in one way and come out the other. Nothing else. Let's see. Lost Pixel says, though it would be, though I did think I would one day build an Iron Man suit. LOL. Fair enough. Who wouldn't want to? Uh, that's not going to happen though, no matter how much I wish I could. Fair enough. It seems I think it's a little impractical in all honesty. When you start to really, you know, when you're a kid and you're looking at it, it's like, oh, this is so cool, Iron Man, it's like awesome. But then when you learn a little bit more about biology and physics, you're like, he would be, um, I don't want to get too descriptive, but it wouldn't work. We'll just leave it at that. Like I saw this they have this thing now where they're doing like professional um like pillow fights. I don't know if you've seen this where it's like two guys instead of boxing they're using pillows and they're hitting each other and everything. And when you first see it, you're like, "Oh, that's funny." Right? But then when you watch it, you're like, "Wait a second. These guys are like these are literally like fighters who are just using pillows instead of their fists." Right? But the amount of force that they're swinging those pillows around, and even though it's soft, if it hits their head, you know, um, I'm worried about people getting concussions, especially because they're not going to take it seriously, because it's, oh, it's just pillows, right? It's like, I mean, it is pillows, but if you know how the brain and skull are all situated, that could be unpleasant. Professional pillow fights. I gotta look this up. Yeah, yeah, it's funny. Like I said, I think it might be better than boxing though, but still, I mean, it's probably better than boxing, but still. I am really unhappy with this eye. I need to do some work on it. It's so tempting to go darker, and I need to need to make sure not to go too dark. All right. Because I need to actually start going lighter instead of darker, but everything's elevated so much in the value that it's hard to not go darker instead of lighter. All right. But yeah, otherwise, I don't know what else to really talk about today. I got glasses. I guess I could share those at some point. I'm kind of torn on them. I feel like maybe I didn't actually need to buy them because most of the time they actually make things worse rather than better. So I don't know. But, I got them. So there's that. Hold on a second. I think just had a phone call. Need to see if that was important. Uh, yeah, someone just called me. Sorry, let me just check this real quick, make sure it's nothing important. Okay, I think this can wait till tomorrow. Hospital says, that doesn't sound like good glasses. Yeah, the thing is, my my vision is pretty good. So it's, oh hey, Dex floor rated with a party of 3. Welcome, Raiders. Hey, how's it going? Painting's going well. Thanks for asking. How are you doing? Yeah, painting's going well. Just hoping to finish it today. Uh, how was your stream? What what were you up to today on stream? Also, in case I don't have notifications set up, so nothing will come up on screen if people like subscribe or follow or anything, but I do appreciate anybody that does. It's just because I'm simulcasting onto YouTube and there's a limit to how much tech I can pull off. Pretty good. We were playing Disco Elysium. I've heard really good things about Disco Elysium, and the art is looks phenomenal. Um, I've been tempted to try and play it, but uh what's it called? Um, I don't know. It seems like very story heavy, and that kind of doesn't suit me that much. Yeah. Wait, double raid? Oh, Poison Jackal, welcome. I totally missed that. Welcome, Raiders. Double raid. How's everyone doing today? Oh, okay. Dex Floor says it's a very story heavy game, but also very emotionally heavy game. Yeah, like I said, I've heard good things about it. I just see also, is there a lot of reading in it? I get the feeling like there's a lot of reading in it, and I'm dyslexic, so I'm like weary of it. How was your stream, Poison Jackal? What were you up to today? Were you painting? Uh, yeah. Welcome, maybe cat. Yeah. Okay, Dexfloor says 99% of it is voice acted. Okay, that's good for me at least. Poison Jackal says, we're good. I'm afraid I can't stay long, so I just deposit my viewers and lurk with you. Yeah, if that's okay. Absolutely, of course. I totally get it. No problem at all. Thanks so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Lost Pixel says, the game is my cup of tea, but I just don't have the time to play anymore. Fair enough. Maybe a cat. Ooh, double raid. All right. Poison Jackal says, I did a sketch, then accidentally covered the whole thing up with ink. I hate that. When you know, you work so hard on something only to cover it up and then not use it at all. Yeah. That happens a lot in painting, like oil painting too. But yeah. It's still useful, so, it's not a total loss. There's still benefit to be had with it. Yeah, what is it? Uh, Disco Elysium, I know it's very, very, very different in subject matter, but and also I guess play style, but in some ways, would you say it's similar to what is that game right now? Baldur's Gate, what is it, Baldur's Gate 3? Because you make a lot of choices and you like progress the story through a bunch of potential outcomes. Or does it feel totally different? I haven't played Baldur's Gate, to be fair, though. I haven't played Baldur's Gate, but there's dice rolling and choice-based stuff. Okay. Is there no choice-based stuff in Disco Elysium? Is it just the story, like, is set? Not really much in the way of combat in Disco. Uh, but lots of choices. Okay, interesting. Okay, so your choices do matter in Disco Elysium. Interesting. Okay. I get the feeling that Disco Elysium is the kind of game I would almost enjoy more just watching a YouTube video about the whole thing versus playing it. But that of course it's going to be different for everybody. Cassandra says one of my faves, a lot of it is voice acted. Oh, nice. Yeah, like I said, I've heard really good things about, and I've seen screenshots of the from the artwork, and I love the artwork in it too. Uh, it seems like the artwork's really good. So yeah. So for all the new viewers, by the way, welcome. My name is Liad, and I do oil painting on my channel. I'm a storyboard artist, work on TV animation, but for my stream, I mostly focus on oil painting. And yeah, we talk art, all kinds of random art related things. Talk about art theory. We talk about video games, clearly, and just all kinds of stuff. But yeah, generally, almost always comes back to art in some way. Um, and yeah, like I said, I focus on oil painting. I have a Discord, so if you like to do art and you want to participate in events like we do, what's it called? Portrait Artists of the Year Paint Along, which is a community, what's it called? A community event. So you can join in on that. Des says, don't forget about cats. Oh, that's right. I have 3 cats and they make appearances on the stream. They're not like here all the time, but they definitely show up. Yeah. So, come join the Discord, hang out, talk art. I have a background in comics as well, and digital art. So I have a broad range of artistic, avenues and things to talk about. and of course cats. But yeah, a lot of viewers are artists as well. So a lot of people in the Discord are artists. Um, Des and Cassandra, both artists. Des is working on a really cool project right now. Yeah. Lost Pixel says, I'm gonna lurk. Gotta go do stuff before bed. Sure, no worries. Got an early morning tomorrow. Hey, no worries. Um, but thanks for hanging out, Lost Pixel. Dexflor says, I love projects. Nice. Yeah, Des is working on a really cool project. It's in the making, so I'm not gonna like get into it too much, but it's a very cool project for her local art project for like a local institution, and once there's something online to share about it, I'll share it. But it's very cool. And like I said, if you've ever seen Portrait Artist of the Year, and if you haven't, I highly recommend the show if you're an artist. It's a lot of fun. But we do Portrait Artist of the Year paint along, where we basically pretend we're on the show. I will be hosting it and painting at the same time, and it's like a 5 hour stream where we, just um, paint a portrait basically. And there's no, it's not a competition. It's just for fun, but it is a lot of fun, and I think a great way of practicing, to be faster and practicing different techniques and just having a lot of fun too. That says lots of fun. Yeah, absolutely, lots of fun. And I get to, and people share their artwork, and I get to see, everyone gets to see what you did, and I share it on stream, and so on. I think it's a really fun, um, what's it called, event. We do it. Next one's probably going to be in August. I don't think I can pull it off this month, but yeah, I think we'll do one in August. So yeah. Anyways, that's the pitch. So, hopefully you all find that interesting, and then, you know, if not, I understand. No worries. But yeah, that's basically what we do here. This painting, to get into a little about the painting, um, is a very, very challenging painting. It's the reference image, which I cannot share because I don't have it set up for that, is a very dark photo. All this stuff in the painting in the photo is black. He's wearing like a black hoodie. His beard is black. He has black hair. Everything's very, very dark. Um, and in my workshop, I wanted to show the students just how much you could push values and you could push things. And when you're using like my techniques, and you're doing things the way I was showing them how to do it, it frees you up to do a lot of that stuff. So I took this reference image, which was very dark, and I made it into a very high key painting. Um, and right now I'm trying to take it to a finish, but instead of like darkening all the darks, which uh, is very hard not to, because it feels very natural to just darken everything because it's all supposed to be black. I'm actually going to raise a lot of things now. So I'm going to increase all the lights even more. And so it's never going to look like it's black, like the areas that are black in the reference image. They're never going to look like they're black here, but they should kind of make sense in the context of the painting at least. Yeah, that's the goal. It's a very challenging painting to do because it's just not very natural. There are ways to make it easier, and of course I did none of those because I did it kind of on the fly to show. during the workshop. I wasn't intending to do this, so yeah, I did not prepare it properly, which is, preparing the reference and picking good reference are the two things I would say that you can do to uh, really help your drawings or paintings a lot. The, those two things really set you up for, um, you know, can set you up for success or to make your life very easy or hard. And this one I picked hard mode. So just trying to push past that now so that I can finish it up. But when you push a painting, uh, when you push your values so far out of like what's, natural, the paints start to struggle, uh, the pigments you start to struggle with, like you can only lighten or darken pigments or the paint so much, uh, and they start to struggle to produce the variations that you need. If I it's hard to make a, brown when it comes out orange, and so it just, as you get lighter, you start to you have to play very strategically with saturation and temperature, but you lose a lot of range. So it starts to become a real struggle or challenge to get all the nuances that normally wouldn't be that hard to do. Oh, by the way, hi Cassandra. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier, but welcome. It's good to see you. Cassandra says I approve this evening stream. Yeah, my stream schedule's been a little all over the place. Um, so I'm back at work this week, and this is my last week at uh my current job. And so all my streams are going to be in the evening, but then when I'm done with work, I don't know if I should go back to day streams or evening streams. I don't know what's better for viewership kind of thing. 6 a.m. streams? I don't really feel like staying up till 6 a.m. every day and then streaming. So I don't know that that will work for me. Also, I don't really know how many people would want to view 6 a.m. streams, but yeah, I know you're joking, but yeah. There is absolutely 0% chance I'm waking up at 6 a.m. to stream. That's not happening. That was literally never an option. 4 a.m. is more reasonable. I could do 2 a.m. streams. I'm usually up at 2 a.m. I don't know that I really have the energy at that time, honestly, because like I've been up all day, but yeah, definitely more reasonable. Yeah, I'm almost always up at 4 a.m. No, 2 a.m. Sorry, not 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Not always. 2 a.m. Yes. Yeah, I don't know what's the best time. We'll see. I'll play around with it. I think some actual recorded videos are also going to be on the horizon. Not immediately. I'll let everyone know when I start rolling them out. It'll be a while. I want to, but I definitely want to start doing some recorded videos in the near future. I love streaming. I really do. But I think recorded stuff might do better overall, you know. It's challenging. There's so many art channels out there already. It's you know, to kind of jump into that is kind of daunting because I do feel like there's so many good art channels out there. A lot of times I'm just going to be like, check out this channel. You don't even have to watch my video, just go check them out. They covered everything you need. Although I will say next, what is it? Next Tuesday stream? Well, definitely be earlier because I want to go to the art collective's hangout. Oh, for anyone who's in Austin, Texas, on Saturday, there's a art show at Big Medium that I highly recommend going to. One of um, one of my friends is going to be there. It's a group show with a ton of different art and art under $100. So it's a lot of like little, study people there will have studies and little paintings and all kinds of cool stuff. So you like if any of that sounds interesting, I highly recommend checking it out. Okay, I hate how this nostril is coming out, so let's completely fix it. So anyone new here, one of my mottos, this channel has a few mottos. Don't eat your paint. Uh, don't use it as body lotion or as moisturizer. Is also one of them. Uh, but one of the mottos is no fear when it comes to painting. And so when I see something like this that needs fixing, generally speaking, not always, but generally speaking, it can be easier to just fix if you just go at it and, you know, cover it and then fix it versus like trying to fix it but never quite getting it to the right place and so on. Not always, like I said, sometimes it is easier to just, fix it. Like that can definitely be the case, but a lot of times, uh, yeah, it's just easier to cover it up and redo it. I always try and say if you painted it once, you can paint it again, so don't worry about it. And also, I guess another motto of the channel is to make art for the fun of it, not just to be a professional artist. Everyone can make art. Art is for, you know, people make art for fun all the time, and I encourage that. I think people put too much pressure on themselves sometimes. I don't know if you can hear it. Hopefully you can't. My fan out there is just making some very annoying squeaky sounds. I'm really not a fan of my fan right now. I will say this, after I finish this painting, I'm I'd say like 80% sure that after I'm done with it, I'm gonna go back over it with my um, what are they called? Um, interference paints. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to do that when I'm done with the painting after the fact. Only reason I'm not doing it first, like right now, is because I did want to do this. I wanted to finish this as a demo for my class. But after that, yeah, I think I'm going to go back in with my interference paints and mess around with it, see if I can, see what I can, how I can take advantage of those. For anyone who doesn't know, interference paint is a particular kind of paint that has mica flakes in it, which essentially means that it's kind of iridescent. I normally don't go for shiny things, but the way that it works is it's so different than normal paint that I was very curious about it because technically speaking, if you were, they don't mix very well, realistically speaking, but the way that they do mix with themselves, once you start adding other paints, it gets a little, it loses a bit of that, but with themselves, they essentially mix in RGB versus CMYK, which is how most paint sort of mixes. It's not entirely accurate, but I'm trying to go for general terms right now, not like nuanced specifics. But yeah, um, so it's a very interesting paint. I want to see how I can use that on a piece like this. I need to go even lighter here because I need to push my values even further. And I'm struggling to do that, so this will help. Noses are very challenging sometimes. No getting around that. They have a very complex shape in a very small area, so it can be very challenging. A lot of plane shifts. Like I said, it's so challenging not to keep going darker. I need to kind of manage that tendency. Wish I had my I have one of those uh radiant scale thingies. I just can't find it at the moment. I wish I could find it though. It'd be great to put it next to this and see where everything kind of lands on that scale. I could possibly try and just make one myself, but that wouldn't be quite as accurate, you know. So hair, super curly hair like this. Uh, you, you need to, I try and break it down into two kind of big stages where it's like one stage is trying to block in the overall big shapes of it. And then the second stage is trying to indicate the general form of the hair without having to actually go in and paint all of it and all of the detail. Because personally, I don't want to do that. I have no interest in going in and painting each curl and everything. So you can see he has a general shape of like shadow, shadow, shadow. I'm trying to, I kind of messed that up a little as I went in um, with the detail, but I'm trying to kind of get that back right now. That's the goal at least. And when you do lose that, a lot of times getting a bigger brush is very, very helpful. Uh, Now that the darks are more well defined, I'm going to go in with the lights. Probably going to ruin some of what I've already made, but that's fine. As long as I help the form out more, then I can go back in and get some of that form back in there. And then go in after I get the form in and put all that detail back in. Still has a bit of a ridge here, which I'm not happy with. So fill that in a bit. All right, that looks better. Still needs a little work, but I'll get it. Of course, hair can be very, very forgiving, given that, you know, it's so, like, it moves so much and it's so random. You can get away with a lot with hair. Also, something I try and keep in mind when I'm painting is that as things progress through, you know, through the spectrum of light, even if it's the same object, a lot of times the color will change, will kind of shift as it gets lighter or darker. So, something that I try and keep in mind. I mean, I am painting with reference, so a lot of times I can just rely on the reference and just by being aware of it and paying attention to it, that's all it requires, but not always. Hey, Des. Let's see. Des says, I'm here, but I have a dog in my lap and it's hard to reach the keys. No worries. Sorry, I'm not more talkative today. I just, sometimes it's hard to know how much to like just chat and talk, especially when I'm like, this is what I'm doing with art, I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if people want, I don't know what people want to hear. If they have if we're having a conversation, I know at least kind of in that about that. But when I'm just talking about like things that I'm thinking about while painting, I don't know. I know some people would be interested in that, but I know a lot of people won't be too. So obviously it's my stream. I can do whatever I want, but I don't know. It's not like narrating my internal thoughts is the most natural thing in the world. So because I'm trying to raise the values of everything, I'm also going to raise the value in this shadow area as well. I still want it to read as shadow, like when you look at it, I want it to be like, oh yeah, clearly this is a shadow, but I still want it to be lighter than it currently is. That is too bright. So a trick you can do a lot of times for um, or lighter areas inside shadow where it needs to be like reflective light, stuff like that. One trick I do all the time is instead of, because you have to be careful not to raise the value too much, instead of raising value, if you raise the chroma or the also the saturation, that can often give the illusion of like a lighter color, like a reflected light, even if the value is technically unchanged or nearly unchanged. Our brains just read saturation as brighter a lot of times. Sometimes. And other times it actually reads it as darker. In a lot of ways in this painting, I'm wasting a ton of time because I am doing a lot of like repainting of areas that I've already worked on. Um, Now, it's not always a waste of time to do that for numerous reasons, but in this case, it kind of is. And the reason is simple. I just, it's so drastic. The like the changes I'm making on this are just so drastic that I can't just get there in one go. I have to kind of build to it. Even though I wish I could just get there in like one one go. I'm clearly having a hard time. Oh, hi, Tristan. Before you go, don't go. Trying to go. Tristan. Oh, hey, hello. Hi, Tristan. Oh, baby boy. Is my nose yummy? Why do you lick my nose? Mwah. This is Dresden, named after the wizard Harry Dresden from the Dresden Files. He's a little derp boy, but he's the sweetest little boy. Isn't that right, Dresden? He is very fluffy. I'm trying to keep him from looking at the screen because he's scared of the cat that lives in my monitor, which is him. Dreamsicle baby? Cassandra says, yeah, I guess. Hmm. And he loves his tail. Look at that belly. Look at the belly. So much hair, though. Oh my God. Have I seen the guy on Instagram who calls his cat the orange flavored baby? I haven't, but I have seen the girl on Instagram, and she has Walter, I think it is Walter the Dorito, uh, who looks a lot like Dresden. Yeah, it does. Send it to me. I'd love to see it. Dresden, you got hair in my mouth and on everything else. I literally brush this cat daily, and it's still just nonstop with the hair. There's definitely an element of like painting by numbers when you start pushing things this far out of like reality. And what I mean by that is like you have to start kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like indicating things, almost like creating a key, like a map key, like but a key for your painting where it's like, if it's this color, it indicates that. And if it's this color, it kind of indicates this thing. You kind of have to like color code it almost a little bit. Not entirely. I don't want to make it sound like I'm doing that 100%, but there's definitely a degree of that when working this outside of like reality. And that's how I did my blue painting, the one that didn't have any blue. I guess blue might not be right. The ocean painting without any blue. Yeah, that's essentially how I did that. I color coded it in a way. So yeah, I don't know how much it's really hard for me to tell how much the camera picks up on all this. It's so subtle. Um, yeah. I generally am not going to do like I'm going to avoid doing paintings like this on stream because I realized that it doesn't really has the camera has a hard time capturing this stuff. But it is starting to come together. If you say so, Des. I mean, I'm not, I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to be eating after this probably, but that's because I ate, let's see, ate at like 3 or 4, and then I had some chips since then. But yeah, I haven't eaten since other than some chips. So I feel like after this, I'm probably going to need to eat something. Cassandra says good at painting, bad at eating. Uh, bad at maybe uh like eating I don't know, responsibly. I'm great at eating. Neat. That's my problem. I'm too good at eating. Okay. Bad at remembering to eat, LOL. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is mostly a result of the ADHD medication. Although I used to do a lot of like daily fasting type of thing. So I've gone like I've done that before too. So says I get hungry late at night and realize I've had 2 meals in a day, so I need to be better at that. Yeah. So his beard is so black. There's not a lot of detail in it, but you need to get some degree of separation for some of this. I don't know about you. I sometimes wake up in the morning and I'm like, I am starving when I first wake up. Mm, And it's tempting to just like eat something. Usually it doesn't take, the thing is, it doesn't usually take much to fill me up. So what happens is like, all I really need is like a cup of coffee and then I'm not hungry. So I have to like not eat right away or not eat, or just have a very, very light snack because otherwise I'm not really that hungry. Like I just feel a bit hungry, but not like not actually that hungry. Alrighty. I'm going to be calling it a day in just a couple minutes. I am losing steam. I will be back on Thursday and Sunday. Anyone in the Austin area, just a reminder, there's a show happening this weekend on Saturday. It's a group show, and they have art under $100. It's at Big Medium, I think, if I'm not mistaken, at the Canopy. Highly recommend checking it out. One of my friends is in the show. Um, so yeah. And yeah. Oh, my paintings are for sale if anyone's interested on my website. And I'm trying to think what else I have to talk about. I don't know. Like, subscribe, join the Discord, come hang out. Um, yeah. Andrew says, have a great night. Thank you very much. You too. Alrighty. Have a good night, everybody, and have a great rest of your week. See you around Thursday. Bye, everyone.